Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the last exercise of the trigonometry, that is principal value and the general solutions of the trigonometrical equations. As in the previous class, I have given you the general solutions, 9 general solutions of the trigonometrical equations, 9 equations, trigonometrical equations, general solution. The first question of the exercise 3.4, tan x equals to root 3. We have to find out the principal value as well as general solution. So tan x equals to root 3 positive, so tan pi by 3 tan 60 degree. X is equals to pi by 3. This is the first principal solution. Also tan x can be written as tan x is positive in the first quadrant and in the third quadrant. As we have to move in the third quadrant, we can write this as pi plus pi by 3. Up to second quadrant it is 180 degree, 180 degree plus tan 180 plus theta is tan theta. So it becomes tan pi plus, this is theta pi by 3, tan 4 pi by 3, x will become equals to 4 pi by 3. So the two principal solutions of the given trigonometrical equation tan x equal to root 3 is pi by 3 and 4 pi by 3. And its general solution will be given by the first one, x is equals to n pi plus pi by 3, where n belongs to the positive integers, tan theta equals to tan alpha, as I have given the formula for the trigonometrical equation. If tan theta is equals to tan alpha, its solution is given by theta equals to n pi plus alpha. Okay, now let's move to the question number 4. Question number 2 and 3 you have to solve in the same way. Question number 4, cosec x. Now the question number 4, question number 2 and 3 will be homework for you. Cosec x is equals to minus 2, sin x equals to minus 1 by 2 minus sin 30 degree, and sin x is positive in the negative in the third quadrant. So sin 180 plus theta, sin pi plus pi by 6, sin 7 pi by 6. So the positive angle we got it, x equal to 7 pi by 6 as its first principal solution. And sin x equals to minus 1 by 2 minus sin pi by 6, it is also negative in the fourth quadrant. So for the fourth quadrant, 360 minus theta, it will become sin 11 pi by 6. So the second principal solution of this equation cosec x equals to minus 2 is 11 pi by 6. And its principal solution for the first one, the lowest one, the x equals to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n into 7 pi by 6. As we know that sin theta equal to sin alpha, whenever we are getting sin theta equal to sin alpha, theta is equals to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n alpha. Clearly, let's see once more. Sin x minus 1 by 2 minus sin 30 degree pi by 6, and sin is negative in the third and the fourth quadrant. So sin pi plus pi by 6, third quadrant will become 180 plus theta, that is it will become sin 7 pi by 6 after simplification of this one. And sin x is also negative in the fourth quadrant. So in fourth quadrant we can write down as 360 minus theta. It will lie in the fourth quadrant, 360 minus theta. So when we take the LCM, 12 pi minus pi, 11 pi by 6, sin 11 pi by 6. So two principal solutions are 7 pi by 6 and 11 pi by 6. So the general solution is x equals to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n into 7 pi by 6. Now let's come to the question number 5. In question number 5 it is asked, find the general solutions of the following equations. Cos 4x is equals to cos 2x. As we know that the cos theta equals to cos alpha, if we are getting such type of trigonometrical equation, our solution is theta equals to 2n pi plus minus alpha. So theta, and this is alpha, 4x will be equals to 2n pi plus minus 2x. Taking positive sign, 4x equals to 2n pi plus 2x, transpose it, 4x minus 2x, 2x, 2n pi, x will be equals to 2 and 2 will be cancelled out, and pi, where we can say that n belongs to the integers. Taking negative sign, 4x equals to 2n pi minus 2x. 4x plus 2x 6x equals to 2n pi, x equals to 2n pi upon 6 will become n pi by 3, where n belongs to the integers. Now comes the seventh question, sin 2x plus cos x is equal to 0. We know that sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta, so sin 2x will be 2 sin x cos x plus cos x equal to 0. We can take cos x common from these two terms, we get 2 sin x plus 1 equal to 0. If cos x equal to 0, in case of cos x equal to 0, whenever we are getting cos theta equal to 0, we get our general solution in this format. Theta equals to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. So therefore its solution x equals to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. And the second one, 2 sin x plus 1 equal to 0, here we can get sin x is minus 1 by 2 minus sin pi by 6, and it lies in the third quadrant, negative sin x. So sin 180 plus theta, that will here now become a positive angle, sin 7 pi by 6. As we know that if we are getting the equation sin theta equals to sin alpha, then its solution will be given by theta equals to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n into alpha. So sin theta equal to sin alpha. Alpha, in place of alpha our value is 7 pi by 6. So x is equals to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n into 7 pi by 6, where n belongs to the integers. Now let's come to the question number 8. Sec square 2x equals to 1 minus tan 2x. As we know that from the second identity 1 plus tan square theta equal to sec square theta. So sec square 2x can be written as 1 plus tan square 2x equals to 1 minus tan 2x. This one from RHS and LHS will be cancelled out. So tan square 2x transpose plus tan 2x equal to 0. Tan 2x can be taken common, we get tan 2x plus 1 equal to 0. Tan 2x equal to 0. If tan theta equal to 0, we are having the solution theta equals to n pi. So in place of theta, here it is 2x equals to n pi, x will be equals to n pi by 2. Now the second one, tan 2x plus 1 equal to 0, tan 2x equal to minus 1, that is minus tan pi by 4. And tan is negative in the second quadrant, so tan pi minus pi by 4. So it will become tan 3 pi by 4, and tan 3 pi by 4 value is minus 1. So 2x tan theta equals to tan alpha means our solution is given by theta equals to n pi plus alpha. So theta is 2x equals to n pi plus alpha is 3 pi by 4. So x will be equals to n pi by 2 plus 3 pi by 4 into 2, that will become 8, where n belongs to the integers. Now comes to the ninth question, sin x plus sin 3x plus sin 5x equal to 0. Now here we have to think about the combination. If we are going to take these two combination, we are getting sin 2x after the applied formula. But if we are going to take combination of sin 5x plus sin x, as sin a plus sin b is 2 sin a plus b by 2 cos a minus b by 2. So a plus b means 5x plus x will become 6x upon 2, 3x. So we are having sin 3x. In the next step we can take common sin 3x. So that's why we are putting this one sin 5x and plus sin x in one bracket and sin 3x separate. As we know that sin a plus sin b is 2 sin a plus b by 2 cos a minus b by 2. So 2 sin a plus b, 5x plus x upon 2, a minus cos a minus b by 2 cos 5x minus x divided by 2 plus sin 3x. So we get 2 sin 3x cos 2x plus sin 3x equal to 0. Now easily we can take common sin 3x. When we take sin 3x common, we get 2 cos 2x plus 1 equal to 0. Sin x equal to 0 or 2 cos 2x plus 1 equal to 0. That is sin theta equal to 0, then its solution is given by theta equals to n pi. So our theta is here 3x, 3x equal to n pi, x equals to n pi by 3, where n belongs to the integers z. And the second one is cos 2x equals to minus 1 by 2, that is minus of cos 60 degree, and cos 180 minus theta is minus cos theta, so we can write down minus cos pi by 3 as cos 180 minus pi by 3. So it become after simplification 3 pi minus pi 2 pi by 3. So cos 2x will be equals to cos 2 pi by 3 will be equal to minus this one minus 1 by 2. So we have to make this angle positive here. So now whenever the cos theta is equals to cos alpha, we are getting the trigonometrical equation. Its solution is given by theta equals to 2n pi plus minus alpha. So our here theta is 2x and alpha is this one 2 pi by 3. So whenever we are getting cos theta equals to cos alpha, our solution is given by theta equals to 2n pi plus minus alpha. So in place of theta it is 2x, 2n pi, and in place of alpha it is 2 pi by 3. So 2n pi plus minus 2 pi by 3, and we can divide all the terms with 2. So we get x equals to n pi plus minus pi by 3. That is the solution, and where n belongs to the integers. Now let's come to the next example, number 29 from the trigonometry chapter. It is a very important question, so I am going to discuss. This is the last question for the trigonometry, and after this the chapter will be finished. Prove that cos square x plus cos square x plus pi by 3 plus cos square x minus pi by 3 equals to 3 by 2. So cos square x plus cos square x plus pi by 3 plus cos square x minus pi by 3, we have taken the LHS as to make it as 2 cos square x, 2 cos square x plus pi by 3 plus 2 cos square x minus pi by 3, as in the format of 2 cos square theta. I have multiplied to the numerator and to the denominator with 2, so I got 1 by 2, 2 cos square x, 2 cos square x plus pi by 3 plus 2 cos square x minus pi by 3. As I know that 2 cos square theta is 1 plus cos 2 theta. So 1 plus cos 2x, 1 plus cos 2 angle x plus pi by 3, 1 plus cos 2x minus pi by 3. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 will become 3 plus cos 2x plus cos, this 2 will multiply 2x plus 2 pi by 3, cos 2x minus 2 pi by 3. Now we know the formula of cos A plus cos B. Cos A plus cos B is, this is A, this is B. Cos A plus cos B is 2 cos A plus B by 2 cos A minus B by 2. So 3 plus cos 2x plus 2 cos A plus B by 2 cos A minus B by 2. So at last we get it as 1 by 2, 3 plus cos 2x, 2 cos 2x cos 2 pi by 3. And value of cos 2 pi by 3, that is to cos 120 degrees minus 1 by 2, 2 and 2 cancel. So 3 plus cos 2x plus into minus minus cos 2x. Cos 2x and cos 2x cancel. We are at last kept out with the right side, that is 3 by 2. Now another, let's discuss one more example. Example 27. Find the value of tan pi by 8. Okay, tan pi by 8. Let x equals to pi by 8, then 2x will become pi by 4. Since we have now applied the formula of tan 2x, that's why we have taken the twice of x equals to 2 pi by 8 will become pi by 4. So since we know that tan 2x is equals to 2 tan x upon 1 minus tan square x. Tan 2 theta equals to 2 tan theta upon 1 minus tan square theta. So 2 tan 2x, 2x is our pi by 4, so it becomes tan pi by 4. 2 tan x is pi by 8, 1 minus tan square pi by 8. In place of x here we will substitute pi by 8, and in place of 2x we will substitute pi by 4. Tan pi by 4 is 1, 2 tan pi by 8 upon 1 minus tan square pi by 8, cross multiply, 1 minus tan square pi by 8 will be equal to 2 tan pi by 8, just transpose tan square pi by 8 plus 2 tan pi by 8 minus 1 will equals to 0. Now this is of the form of a quadratic equation. So let us take tan pi by 8 equals to some other variable y, so that it becomes y square plus 2y minus 1 equal to 0. And now we are going to apply here the class 10th quadratic equation formula. X equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So when we apply this formula, we get the final result minus 1 plus minus root 2. As pi by 8 comes in our first quadrant, less than pi by 8, 180 upon 8, it will be less than 90 degrees. So it will come in the first quadrant. Since pi by 8 comes in the first quadrant, and in the first quadrant all the trigonometrical ratios are positive. So therefore tan will be positive in the first quadrant. So therefore we have to take only the positive value of it. So positive value will be root 2 minus 1, as we know that root 2 is 1.414 and 1.414 minus 1 will become the positive 0.414. So that's why the correct value we will take root 2 minus 1 for 10 pi by 8. Now let's start the revision for our half yearly examination. As you know that there will be 6 chapters for your half yearly examination syllabus. First, linear inequalities, complex number, probability, sequence and series, permutation combination, and one more chapter, that is statistics. Okay, the 20 marks questions will be from the through Google form, as you have done in your pre-midterm examination, and those 20 marks question will be totally MCQ questions. Okay, totally MCQ questions will be there, and you have to solve those questions and submit it as soon as possible. Otherwise, you will not getting the next chance for your this time examination. As in the pre-midterm, many of the students got the next time chance, but this time you are not getting. If you are not given the examination, if you are not submitted, we will not provide you the next chance for it. So be careful. Within the provided time, within that limit, you have to submit your answers through the Google form, 20 MCQ questions, and rest of the 20 subjective questions that I will tell you afterwards. So 20 marks subjective questions, that will be about 2 marks 3 questions, or maybe 3 marks 4 questions, like that 7 to 8 questions will be there for 20 marks. So complex number, find the value of I to the power minus 37. I to the power minus 37, first make it positive by bringing it down 1 upon I to the power 37, and I to the power 37 can be written as I square to the power 18, that will become 36, into I, that will become 37. And as I square is minus 1, so minus 1 to the power 18 into I. As we know that minus 1 का power अगर even number है तो positive value आएगी, and if it is an odd number that will be a negative. So it will become 1 upon I. As if there is denominator, there can be imaginary number. So whenever there will be imaginary number in the denominator, we have to rationalize it. So into I, numerator and denominator. So I into I square, I upon minus 1, that becomes minus I, which can be written as in the form of a complex number a plus ib, that is 0 minus I. Now find the multiplicative inverse of the complex number z equals to 2 minus 3i. So z equals to 2 minus 3i, multiplicative inverse formula is z inverse equals to conjugate of z upon modulus of z. So conjugate of z is given by 2 minus 3i is given as complex number. So just only we have to change the imaginary number sign. It will become 2 plus 3i. So modulus of z is given by root over a square plus b square. So 2 square plus minus 3 square will become root 13. And now this value of conjugate of z and modulus of z will substitute in equation number 1. So we will get z inverse equals to 2 plus 3i upon root 13 the whole square. So 2 plus 3i upon 13. Now we'll separate it in the form of a plus ib. Z inverse is equals to 2 upon 13 plus 3 upon 13i. So in next class I will be revising some more questions related to your complex number and quadratic equation. Thank you.